Before I get into this video, I do want to say something. I think all world leaders, they need a mental health evaluation and a drug test before they sit in that seat of power. And then they need to be able to pass a drug test and mental health twice a year. Now, problem is you'd have to find a doctor that wouldn't lie for them. That's always the problem, Always an obstacle in the way of being truthful. So why am I here? Because I want to talk about the country Hungary and the elections that took place. And did you see who won the elections in Hungary? So who's the man that's going to replace Viktor Orban, who had been the prime minister over in Hungary for 16 years? Who's replacing him? Well, there's a man by the name of Peter, and I'm going to butcher his last name. Magyar, Magyar. He won. This guy here on the screen, that one. Yay, yay, yay. The streets of Budapest, everybody's howling. Ow! He won! But did anybody ever stop to think about what's really going on and who they're really putting in power in Hungary? It's not going to be sovereignty much longer there, is it? Okay, well, let's talk about this man and his past. The new prime minister to be, Mr. Peter. That name fits you well, Peter, since you like pulling yours out and masturbating, allegedly, in front of your offspring, need I say more? Or pulling out your name, Peter, on stage and masturbating, need I say more? But there's more to say. Or using your microwave and putting a puppy or a live, something in there and pushing the start button. Or drinking alcohol and really showing your true colors afterwards. Allegedly. It's all alleged. According to the ex-wife of Peter. So his ex-wife, because that's what she is, after the microwave incident with the live rough, she leaves him. And I think this was in 2025. I'm sorry, 2024. It's been around 2 years since all this happened. Which brings me back to the intro of the video. I said what I said. All world leaders need some type of mental health evaluation, and they need to be able to pass a drug test. Again, you have to find someone you can trust that's going to do these evaluations and, be truthful and not cover. But these things are necessary. So here's what I see that's going to happen in Hungary now that he is, in fact, going to be the new prime minister. What I speak on is not factual, and it is for entertainment purposes only. Viktor Orban had been the prime minister over there in Hungary for 16 years. And one of his main goals was to work on immigration and not have immigration a problem, as he witnesses in France and the UK and other parts of Europe, right? Well, Mr. Peter, is going to reverse central pillars that Viktor Orban had put in place. And at one time, Viktor ruled. He's going to reverse those things. Just so he can do it. And the top priority, most likely, behind the scenes, immigration. You may never hear about it, but when you start seeing people coming in, the criminals coming in, like what you'd see in the UK and over in France and other places, you're going to know that I'm not lying. You're going to see it for yourself. You're going to hear other Hungarians talk about it. The ones who supported Viktor are going to be outraged because they knew it was coming. The ones that voted for Pete Man, Mr. Pete Man, okay? They're going to be like, why did I vote for this guy? I didn't think he was going to reverse this policy. Of course he is. Does he have addiction issues? Well, I don't have my cards in front of me. I don't even really think it takes a light worker or psychic to even tell you this, but let me speak from a good place. My heart. Yes, he has addictions. No, I don't know him. I don't know what his wife is saying is true or not true, but I'm a pretty good judge of character, and if you want my honest opinion, I believe it. I think if you looked up his name and typed in masturbation on stage, you may find something, allegedly. Yes, I do see addiction with this man, and I see that he has alcoholism, which could be part of the problem. Maybe when he's sober with sobriety, there's not a problem like this. But there's no freaking excuses when your offspring is watching you do these things. Horrific. So yes, he has addictions. I possibly, you know, dabbing in a little bit of this, dabbing in a little bit of that, and, you know, maybe a sex addiction on top of that. And when you do the alcohol and the drugs, you know, just fuels into the fire. If you have a bad temper and you drink, it brings it out more, right? So that's what I'm saying. I'm also getting that there's going to be a huge scandal. So I don't even think this is going to matter at this point, but there's going to be a scandal, and it's going to involve some tapes. I know there's already information out there, but I see something that we haven't heard about. And it's going to be another sex scandal. And there could be something with animals. Oh, I don't, not animals. I don't mean it like that. Sorry. I think what I'm trying to say could be a rumor. Let me just leave it there. In regards to treatment of a animal. I don't know why I was getting something with like ducks, chickens, or just like cruelty. Does this guy bet on animals and fighting, rooster fighting? Do you guys have that over in Europe? We do here in the States. It's terrible. Dog fighting rings, they all need to get the death penalty. Every single person that participates in a dog fighting ring deserves to bang, bang, bang. I'm just a huge animal advocate. But yeah, this guy's got some stuff on him. And this is a guy who abuses alcohol. And I think that the abuse of that does show out his true colors. And he's not getting a pass from me. But again, I can't speak on saying that I'm right about what I see. But some of this is not coming from me. This is actual information. Again, the ones who voted for him are going to wish they had Viktor Orban back. And Viktor, I think, suspected that he was not going to win. He already kind of knew what was going to happen. It reminds me almost of a Keir Starmer win to some degree. But anyways, my love and support to the civilians over in Hungary. And I really hope Peter, you know, these are rumors that we're hearing, even though intuitively I believe some of it's true, actually, is why I'm making a video about it. But I hope I'm wrong and the people talking about it are wrong, and he makes a wonderful prime minister. But he will not be replacing Viktor Orban. That's what I have to say. All right, guys. If you're new to my channel, hit the like button, share, subscribe, cut on the notification bell, and peace out.